Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is D-Dun here. I am the average gaming dad. I got baby D-Dun down to my left, about to take a nap, it looks like. But, you know, he's still a little bit awake, so you may hear some silly sounds as usual. Today, we're going to talk about the Merrick 5.56. It was a gun that just was recently introduced and just also caught a buff. So the Merrick 5.56, when it first came out, is very good. This video is actually from pre-patch or pre-buff. So it does have slightly more recoil. That was the big change, is they reduced the recoil by, I think it was 12%. Hold on. I don't want to misinform you. Recoil reduction by 8%. Upper torso and arms multiplier increased from 0.95 to 1x. And then a slight damage boost in the mid-range of 29 per shot to 31. So makes it a little bit more deadly at the medium range, a little bit easier to use with the reduced recoil. But again, this gameplay that you're about to see is from a day or two after it was released. So just know that it is actually easier to use than it is in this video. And I would put this as a definite top 3 AR right now in the meta. The AK also caught a huge buff. It's kind of nasty, but it actually has recoil. It shakes a lot. So for that reason, I think most people are not going to use it. So the Merrick, I think ahead of this or before the buff, was a top 5 AR, and now I think it is definitely a top 3. It's good across all ranges. One thing that stands out is it has incredible bullet velocity, similar to the Kilo. You know, the Kilo, you can get it up close to 2,000 meters per second. I think the Merrick can get close to that. And with the reduced recoil, it makes it so much easier to handle. If you just played with it consistently for, you know, a session or two, I feel like you would probably master the recoil. And it would be just like using the Kilo. So if anything, if you're just looking for a little bit of variety, which Call of Duty does suffer from sometimes, then definitely give the Merrick 5.56 a chance. The loadout that I was using in this gameplay is at the very end of the video. So if you just want to fast forward to that, I understand. You can go ahead and copy and paste and see if that works for you. You could also switch the gain twist for reinforce. You know, if you're really, really good at controlling recoil, you could drop the recoil springs and add on, you know, overpressured rounds. It's up to you. It's not as versatile as the Kilo, but I think it is actually a little bit more powerful. Just a little bit more recoil, but still definitely, like I said, a top 3 AR. And I think the buff actually speaks to what seems to be, to me, a move in the right direction by Call of Duty. I mentioned this in a recent video, but I don't think it's necessarily that Call of Duty suffers from a lack of content problem. The problem is that the content is not engaging. And a perfect example was I think it was like the PML or something like that. Whatever the most recent LMG that they released that came out, just, you know, killed reasonably fast. Probably would have been, you know, up there in the meta, like a top 5, top 10 kind of gun. But the recoil is absolutely insane. And the whole point of LMGs in this game is that they're supposed to be very good over, you know, medium to medium long and long ranges. And this gun had way too much recoil. So what is the absolute point of trying to use a gun with high recoil at long range? It makes no sense. You know, so then they buffed the recoil springs and made it more effective. Still not enough. They reduced the recoil again. It is still not enough. I don't know. Like, I know that they want to make incremental changes, but it is frustrating whenever, you know, a new season or a new patch or whatever it is drops. We get some changes to the guns and they're so small that they're negligible. It doesn't change the meta. The update on October 21st, which was yesterday as of this video, you know, there was quite a few gun changes across the board. The AK buff may be significant. You know, we have yet to see. I've only got to play one session and I was trying to get an XMG gameplay that proved to be a little bit more difficult than I thought because, again, They made it so that LMGs are absolutely terrible at close to mid range, which maybe they should be. But regardless, this seems to be a step in the right direction. That they have a recently released gun that they are buffing, making it better, making it more competitive. I just wish they would make, because you can hot patch, you can hot fix stuff. If they overtune a gun, they could roll it back in a couple days. I don't think it would be that difficult. They could also just play the game. I don't know. It seems like, I imagine there's probably a process in place, especially in a company that's very large, for a studio that's creating a game like Call of Duty, where they are likely doing something where they have their internal testing just to make sure the gun works, and then they release it to the public, and then they gather data and then go from there. I get the process, but I feel like it shouldn't be too hard to just like pick up a controller or a mouse and keyboard, shoot the gun, and be like, oh, this has too much recoil. Most people probably can't use this. So I don't know. It seems pretty straightforward, but maybe I'm just an insane person. That said, like, the whole point being that I think having them buff guns like the Merrick that are recently released, trying to get them as part of the meta, I think is a good thing. The Merrick was already pretty good. Now it is very good. Like I said, I don't think you're gonna have a tough time using it. But yeah, if you use it, if you like it, let me know. If you think I'm an idiot, let me know. If you think that I'm wrong on my takes, that's fine. Let me know. Baby D-Dun is getting upset, so I got to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
UAV overhead. Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone. Got gas moving in. Enemy UAV is online.
Priority tasking request received. UAV exiting AO. UAV standing by. UAV available for testing.
Fuck.
Timeline expired. UAV exiting the AO. Gas is closing in.
TACOM, we're flying on fumes. UAV returning to tank.
We lost track of the bounty target. Contract failed. Gulag. Fight to win redeployment. No one left to fight. Stand by for redeployment. 9 left. Keep the pressure on. Gulag's closed until further notice. Friendly loadout drops on the way. Enemy UAV is online. We've got 4 remaining. Stay sharp. You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. Hostile UAV in the area. You've got gas moving in. You're in the top 3. Don't let up now. Only 2 left. Less than 5 were still standing. Next time we'll take that victory.